All right, so the task this week is putting up a page, and that page is specific to be a press release. Last week we did another page, which was the About Me page. So by now you should be familiar with pages. Pages are right here in the WordPress menu, and where you do your weekly posts are right here. So we're going to go into, I have two emails, one from someone with a free WordPress and one from someone with a hosted blog. Are having trouble after they created their pages making them show up in the menu. So I'm just going to go through this quickly. First I'll show you on Teresa's site that here's her site, and we don't see an About Me or a press release. So now let's go back over into the pages and make sure we have some pages there. And there they are, About Me and press release. They're both published. You can see here where it says published. So now we're going to go into appearance menus. You'll see that there's a menu structure here, but this button here says create menu. This menu doesn't exist yet. This particular theme doesn't have a default menu that shows up. You have to tell it to create a menu. So we've got the three pages that we want here, home, about, and press release. All I'm going to do is press create menu, and when I do that, it creates a menu. Most of the time when you do this, this will not be checked yet. Theme locations will be blank and you need to put a check there. So after we check that off, we need to save the menu again. So you will have to do that twice. I know that came in checked, but anybody that has watched any of my videos this week know I've been having a problem with audio. So this is the second time I've actually recorded this video. So now I'm going to just show you what that looks like on the site. So here's the menu we just created. Now there is one more place you can put the menu. You can put the menu in a sidebar, and I'm going to show you that real quick. We're going to go over to widgets. And we're just going to search for menu. You'll see it's already, if you control F, that'll bring up the search, and then just type menu in there. Okay, and here's the widget menu. We're going to just left click on it and tell that to go in the sidebar. We're going to press add widget, so that comes right up to the sidebar. Now I'm going to select the menu one that I just made, and I'm going to save it. And when I do that, I'm going to go take a look at what that looks like. And this really tiny menu takes up a whole big space here, makes the site a little wider, but also makes this very, very narrow. I don't like the way it looks, so I'm going to go back to the way it was before. I'm just going to delete this out of the sidebar. Go back, make sure it's gone. And we'll leave it right there like that. So we're going to sign out of here. And we're going to go over to Tommy's site, which is a hosted blog. Really not a lot of differences. Tommy wrote a couple of pages. I was doing his blog when the About page was created, so I created that page and put it in the menu for him. Let's just, before we show you all this back end stuff, let's open it up in a new tab and show you what his site looks like. So here's Tommy's home, about, and contact pages. So he has a menu created. We know he's got his press release here. So let's go over to appearance menus, same spot. And the menu's already created. You see that it says save menu, not create menu. and it's already told to go in the theme location where the primary menu goes. So that's why we're seeing it. But this press release that Tommy wrote is not over here until we tell it to go over here. So we need to tick that off and say add to menu. And if we save it like that, we can go over to the main site and see that we have this big long name for the press release. And it really doesn't look like a menu button. It looks more, it just takes up a lot of space. So let's shorten that up. Let's go back to the menus. And we'll copy everything, take everything from after the press release, and we'll just highlight it, backspace, delete, however you want to do that. And then we'll save the menu. We'll refresh again. Now, maybe we like the way that looks. Me, myself, I like to always have the contact be the last thing on the page. So that's one more thing I'm going to change here. I'm just going to take this contact, I'm going to drag it down, save the menu, and then it'll be in the order that I like it with the contact last. We can go take a look at that. All right, great. Now one more thing, you can do the same thing we did in the free blog in a hosted blog. You can go over here to widgets, which widgets on Tommy's site, there's already a sidebar. And it's not like half the page like that other one was. So we could see what the menu looks like if we put it in the sidebar. So here's custom menu, and before we right clicked and the menu came up, but you can also just drag these widgets and bring them over here. So let's say I want to try out my menu in the sidebar. So I could put menu 1, put save, then go back over to the site and see what it looks like. And it could not show up. We could go see why. So let's see, we've got menu 1. I think I pressed save. Pretty sure I did. I don't see anything turning it there. There was a little turn of the wheel. So let's give it one more try. And I'll tell you what we've got going on here. On the turnkey blogs, to make them faster, I've been installing Super Cache, which remembers what the pages look like. This is just a little lesson in what happens if you try and update something when you've got the web page remembering what it looks like. So here we are with the menu in the side, and you know what? I don't like that. We already have it up top. It's just too much. We don't need it over here. You know, maybe we could move it down and it would be useful, but I don't think we need all those text links over there. So I'm just going to go back over here to Appearance, Widgets. I'm going to delete the custom menu and then make sure that shows up on my site. Now, if you do have a hosted blog and you're not seeing the changes, then you would want to go down here to Settings, WP Super Cache, and shut off the WordPress caching. And what that does is it helps pages load faster. So it's always good to have fast load times. So there we are. We put menus in 2 sites, and hopefully that helps you. This has been Heather Plood from freedomoutofthebox.com.